I think we're live now, Martin. You should have notification that we've gone live, and we do this on Skype, and I've got to congratulate you on uploading it and actually getting it to work, because it took me months. I don't think we've ever spoken before, have we, Martin? So you're Martin.
Not spoken, no. You've done a couple of the 3-card readings for me on the group reading thing. That's right,
yeah. Whereabouts in the world are you?
Wales, North Wales I am.
Where?
Ruthin.
Oh, you're in Ruthin, are you? I didn't know.
Well, just outside Ruthin, in Rowell I am.
Oh, nice one. Are you a Ruthin lad, or
yeah, well, grew up in Llanbedr, just on the side of Morvamau there. And lived in a few places around the Vale here.
I can tell you're a local lad because you pronounce it proper. I think I've said before that my grandma on my dad's side, born and bred Clonacamair on Anglesey. Welsh speaker first language. My dad had a bit of Welsh, but because my grandma married a Salford RAF man, because she met him on RAF Valley, they moved to Salford, and that's where I was born. So I never got the language, but I heard it through my gran, and I heard it through my dad. And then I moved back to Wales with my job, sort of 1987. But I can't lose my Manchester accent. You know, so when I used to pronounce all the Welsh names, and I worked for the AA, as you know, for 32 years, I used to go to all these places, and I used to love to hear the locals pronounce it properly, because I could never get my tongue around half of it. I love Ruthin. I love Ruthin Castle. I used to do some empowerment meetings in Ruthin Castle. Beautiful area.
All right.
Yeah. So you've been working today?
Yeah, it's been working, just hanging some doors today. Nice, easy job.
Oh, very good, very good. And what time is it with you now?
6 p.m.
Well, it's I'm 7 hours ahead, so it's 1:05, and I guarantee I won't be getting to bed much before 3, 4 in the morning, because I think I'm doing something with my daughter next online. I tend to, although I'm living in Thailand, I tend to work with most people in Europe, and so when they need me, when they come home for work like yourself, I'm up for them. So I'm a bit of a night shift worker, really, because that's when I'm needed. So, have you ever had a tarot reading, Martin?
I have, yes. I had a really good friend who was a psychic, and that's how she made a living, and she was really good at it. You know, wow. She was, and she'd do that. You know, if she did a reading for somebody, it'd be an hour and a half. She'd do the cards, she'd do what she'd got through other means, and you know, that was very in depth that she used to do.
Yes. No pressure for me then.
It's all what comes to.
I've been doing readings for about 20 odd years and taught a lot of people. My daughter's very, very good with it also, Kat Garner. And when we do a full spread, it's very easy to say, oh, we'll just put an hour aside to do it. But when you get into it, all the stuff that comes out, and you know, it really reveals in depth. It can very easily be 90 minutes, 2 hours, but you've just got to give it the time that it needs, because it's life-changing for people. It's life-changing. Yeah. What I wanted to do with the Tarot Talk concept was have a chat, which is what we're doing, and just give people an idea that I've done 4 card readings, which have been emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. And I also do past, present, and future. So I'm going to ask you a question now. I wasn't going to ask you a question, but I will. I'll be fair. What would you like, a past, present, and future, or would you like a reading of where you are now in your life?
Let's go for a past, present, and future.
We'll see where it goes, eh? We'll see where it goes. So the way that I would normally do it is, I've had these cards charged up. I have my crystals on them, and they've just come off the crystals now. So they're all energized, ready to work. And I say to people, normally speak, I say pick a card, but we can't do that because we're 7,000 miles away. So I ask you for a number, and I'll count down. I've got 72 cards. You can pick any card, any number, and I'll count down, and that will represent your past card, Martin. So what number would you like?
Go for 19.
No, 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 no. I remember that song very well. It's one of my favourite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Put that one to one side. And now a number for your now card, your present card.
32.
32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2. That's your present card. And now a future card, please, Martin.
And we'll go for 18.
Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So what was the so we've had 18, we've had 19, and what was the other number that you chose?
32.
That was the first card, wasn't it?
That was the second card. The
first card was 19. Well remembered. So 19 is 1 and a 0, because it makes 1 and 9 makes 10, which is a 1 and a 0, which compresses down to 1. So the past has been all about just doing numerology. The past has been, obviously it's your past, so it's all about you, but it's very been much with the number 1. It's about creating the guy that you are and defining in your own mind what you're about and where you should be going. The actual 1 and the 9, the 19, is 9 is a circle with a tail coming down, which is answers to prayers. So I consider that you've been quite lucky in actually doing some quite amazing things or having some quite amazing experiences, and almost feeling like I'm very blessed. I've been given some really good life experiences. In other words, you've had a lot of your dreams realized. I'm not saying that you've had it all your own way, but you've had quite a blessed past. The 19 also is representative of somebody that always wants more. In other words, that you've been on a journey of a variety of experiences, and I think you gave me a clue. I didn't know what you were, but you said you were hanging doors. So, and I think you said off cam before we started that you've been working, you've been building. You're far more than a builder. There's more to you than just being a builder. A builder's something that you do. That's how you earn your living. But you're definitely not just a builder, in the same way that I was never just a motor mechanic, but that was my trade.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You're you know, in fact, to say that and I'm not knocking builders, and I'm not putting builders in a box either, because nobody is just. But if you were to go to a speed dating thing, and somebody says to you, "What are you?" "I'm a builder," like Bob the Builder. You know, that just so doesn't define you. And I don't know what you are and what you do, but you're far more than that, and you've got far more strings to your bow. And that's just from the number. These strings to your bow are manifold, and you've got a lot of talents outside of building, and that possibly makes you a very good communicator, because when you're with people, what you'll be selling is not just your skills, you'll be selling your personality. You know what I mean? Right, okay, so the card comes up with disruption, which actually is a man that's all blocked up. So this suggests that although I've said what I've said, that there's been a lot of change, you've been looking for better things, and you've always been striving to get meaning out of these things. And I said to you that you've had answers to almost like you're in situations that you can't believe you're in, that you're far more than a builder. So as a builder, you might feel, I'm really looking to be doing this. I'm really looking to be doing this. I'm really looking. You know, like you tend to get the idea that a motor mechanic would put his tools away, go home, go to the pub, have his dinner, put his feet up and watch television, or a builder might do the same. That's what a tradesman does. And you're far more than that. But there has been a lot of disruption in your past. There's been a lot of confusion in your past. There's been a lot of, and it's very much sort of, it comes up with the black. So there's a continuation of that. So you're still searching. You're still searching, and you're searching through many activities to see what you can do. Let me just see when I can take this for you. Okay. This is probably one of these readings that you should do off cam, but I'm going to keep going. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so it comes up with memories of love. So this suggests that there's, and you can tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong, or you can just keep your mouth shut, and I'm happy with that, and I'll just keep talking. Because I'm not looking for justification. I'm not looking to be right. I'm not trying to be right, and I never say that I'm right. But what I'm saying is this is what the cards is giving me, and also this is what you need to hear. I said before that there's a 6 upside down there, which is a 9, and when we were joking about the 19. I said that a 9 is the answer to a prayer, but a 6 actually is asking for something, and you're asking for memories of love. So you're actually searching. You want to hold a candle for somebody, and you've had 3 candles that have gone, or a number of candles that have floated away. So there's been many opportunities for relationships with you. And without going into depth, I wouldn't like to reveal what the situation is with that, but a lot have gone, and it's almost like you are holding a flame for somebody, you are holding a candle for somebody, but it's a memory, and it's not something that's currently in your life. Would that be correct?
I'm not quite following that one, no.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that there's been a series of relationships that have gone, and you're holding a candle for somebody at the moment, and it's coming up as a memory. In other words, this is something that is in the past that you haven't let go of.
Well, I would say there's a big part of the past that I've just let go of. So
say that again.
There's a big part of the past that I've just got rid of, really, rather than let go of.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Let go of, got rid of. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy. I don't want to put words in your mouth, and I don't want you to make me right. I'm just going to say what I've got, and you can take it in the way that you want. It's caused disruption. There was disruption.
Oh, it caused tons of disruption.
Well, that's the card that's come up in the past. Okay, and that's saying that. And this, what I'm saying is that there's been. It says 3, but I also said many that you've let go of, and this one here. Okay, it's another flame, and it's memories of love. So it's not currently in your life, it's a memory, so that one's gone. But it is suggesting that it's still having an effect on you, because you've still got it sort of in your hands. You haven't completely let go of that one. You might think that you kicked it away, but it's still in your psyche. It's still having an effect on you. It's in the cards, and it's still having effect. I'm going to carry on anyway. I'm going to carry on. It comes up for you, still based on this in the past, as new beginnings. And it's coming up as a woman. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to change sex or anything like that. What it actually means is that your new beginnings will actually be based on the learnings from the past, is that you have got to embrace your feminine side, your left brain, and that you've got to be able to be, well, I say this many times when I'm doing readings, I'm a very much a man's man, I am. I think probably you are. But in the same breath, the fact that you're even on this cam prepared to do this shows me that you've got a spiritual side, which is the expression of your feminine energy.
Yeah.
You are sensitive, even though you're a man's man. There's a sensitivity, there's an empathy that's there. And your new beginning for these relationships, and to get rid of this disruption, or to have any more relationships in the past that will be memories of love, and they'll stay with you as having love rather than having lost love and turning them into memories, is to be in the relationship and to embrace your femininity within the relationship. In other words, to include your sensitivity and to wear that as a strength and not be afraid to show that. And when you do that, that will be a new beginning in new relationships. And then you won't be getting cards that say memories of love. You'll be in a relationship, and that will be successful. And you'll be on top of the world with it, having come through the door, because you're able to attach yourself to your sensitivity. I think possibly, I don't know you, Martin, and as I say, I'm not trying to be right, but there's a suggestion here that you've connected with people who see you in the role, they haven't understood you, and that's caused antagonism and frustration, disruption, and then that disruption has only allowed you to express yourself maybe with more assertiveness or more maleness, and actually that's not done you any favors.
No, I go. Yeah, I can see where that's going.
Let me move on. So, right, in the now, you've got to give something up so that you don't go under. And again, it's a female card. And you've got to there's a wonderful expression which is let go, let God. And I'm not getting biblical, but it's actually going with the flow. There's a rainbow here, and there's lots of clouds. And what this is saying is you've got to give something up of yourself so that you don't go under. In other words, this new beginning will only take place if you change. And a lot of men and a lot of people and women as well, who are independent, strong, adventurous and outgoing, they try and fight their way out of a situation. Or I can sort this, stiff upper lip, let's keep going. And how can I solve this? This is what men do. We are hunter-gatherers. We are problem solvers. You know, when somebody comes up and says, I've got a problem, you know, we want to try and solve the problem. And that can cause a problem. That can cause disruption. What this is saying, in the now, you've got to relax more. And when problems come, you've got to hold your hands up and almost go with the flow and sacrifice doing what you did in the past, which is try and solve the problem. Don't even embrace the problem. Just let the problem come, witness the problem, let the problem go. Don't try and solve it, because by trying to solve it, you complicate it, you mess it up, and it just gets worse. This is all about letting go. It's actually being more at ease with yourself and easier with yourself and less intense. Now it comes up with this card, which I'm choosing for you. This is good. Victory and success. And it's actually blowing your own trumpet. It comes up for June. An opportunity where you can actually sell yourself as a different product. In other words, in your conversations, because the trumpet is your voice, it's the way, it's the sound, it's the vibration of the sound, the trumpet, blowing your own trumpet, which is something that you don't find very easy. In other words, I've got a sense that you are almost like a hidden gem, and you shouldn't be hiding yourself because you've got a lot to offer, but people don't see that and you don't say it. And this is actually saying that how do people know what you've got to offer if it's not on the shop window? So from June, you're going to have a new opportunity. It's going to take between now and June. So you've only got, if you like, April, May to let go of this past, to create the new beginning. And if you are able to sing your own praises and to appreciate yourself, this will bring victory and success. Because I think there's been, in terms of relationships and maybe interpersonal skills, quite a lot of headbutting and clashes, and it's been problematic. So I'm going to ask you a question, which I very rarely do. Have you got a significant partner now? Because it suggests that you haven't.
No.
And has there been a repetition? You don't have to tell me any details publicly. We can talk after. But has there been a repetition of circumstances in the relationships that you've had, and now you've gone full circle and you're back on your own?
Yeah, I probably spent more time out of a relationship, well, a lot more time on my own than in a relationship, but they all tend to be very similar.
That's what I'm saying, that it's a repetition, and now you are back on your own. This is actually saying, let's just go back to that first card, new beginnings. So to change this cycle, there's got to be change in you, and the change in you is that you've got to let go. You've got to put your hands up and go with the flow. You've got to be easier with yourself, easier in the relationship. And you've actually got to promote yourself for what you are and not what people think you are. And they don't know unless you say it. When I worked as a motor mechanic, I was far more than that. I was good at fixing cars, but I was good at fixing people. I was more interested after 32 years. I could either fix the car or I couldn't. But I used to really get interested in the person's story. You know, where you're going to, where do you need to go? You know, oh, obviously an AA patrolman in North Wales, you're on holiday, where you're from. And I sort of, for the hour they were with me, or half an hour, I made friends with them. And I know I was an unforgettable AA man. I've got a feeling that you're an unforgettable builder. But sometimes you can get into a rut and a routine, and it's just another job. And I think you're far more than just a builder, as I say. And this is almost like selling yourself and not just your product and your service. Does that resonate with you?
Oh, totally, yeah. Totally.
And I think if you do sell yourself and not just your product and your service, I mean, you know, you can hang a door or you can't. You know, you can do this. So if someone says, I want a new kitchen, or I want this, I want a ball building, or whatever it is that you do. At our age, I mean, I don't know how old you are, it doesn't matter, but as you've been doing it many years, it's just another day at the office, and you know you can do it. But what makes it interesting, I think, and I think you'll be in the same mindset, is the circumstances, the story. You want to make the person happy. You want to have a good day yourself. You don't want any shit. You want to just get on with the job, have a good day, get home and get on with your life. You know, you want to sort of like work to live, not live to work. But while you're at work, you want to put your personality into it. I think that's going to be the way forward, to be more inspired, to be more intuitive. And as I said, that's actually more feminine. Because a lot of, I'm going to swear now, but a lot of hairy arse builders try and be macho, but that's not you, or it might have been you, but you're shifting now and you're not getting any value in your life being that old school builder. There's more. So let's look at the future. Right, there's only 7 chakra cards in the deck and you chose one. And you chose actually the 6th chakra, which is interesting because we said 6 before. 6 came up for victory and success. We said there's going to be a change in June, and this has come up with June as well for the 6th month. And you're going to be more intuitive, and this is about your third eye. This is about developing your spirituality and your understanding of your role in life, which is you're expressing your role in life through building, but you're far more than a builder. In other words, why did you incarnate to be a builder? Because you've got communication skills, because you've got a personality, because you've got sensitivity, because you've got an empathy. And it's all about actually finding some purpose and meaning in your building for the people that you're building with, and also the people that you're building for. It's about relationships. This isn't about building. This is about relationships and actually passion and finding significance. Do you work for yourself?
Yeah.
So do you do a lot? You do commercial work or domestic work? Do you go into people's homes?
Yeah, domestic work, and been the last 12 months been doing a lot of garden rooms and things like that for people.
Oh, lovely. So you're very creative then. So you're visionary, aren't you? Because do you do the design side, or do you take an architect, or do you do that?
I design them and build them from scratch.
There you go. There you go. So you're making people's dreams come true, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's there. And I think the direction that you're going to go in is like I said, is to develop that. I call that feminine energy. It's nothing to do with being girly or a woman or a lady.
It's not,
you know what I mean, don't? It's that creativity. It's using your right brain, not your left brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's talking to people and understanding what their vision is and getting it down on a piece of paper and making that vision come true for them, but better.
Connecting. Well, it's all about, from June, connecting, using your third eye, which is like your inner tutor, your intuition, inner tutor. and being visionary. And I think it's going to really explode for you in June. It comes up in my other deck with healing. In other words, because of the repetition and the repeat cycles and more of the same, it's a hamster wheel in terms of relationships. Your words, you spend a lot of time on your own. And you're probably okay with that, but you don't want to be okay. You want to be amazing. You know, you can probably cope being on your own, but, you know, I spend a lot of time on my own. But it's not necessarily good to cope, and we're not made to be lonely and on our own, even if we deal with it well. You know, if you're looking for a relationship, you know, you could go out with Sue, Mary, Jill, Helen, a whole load of ladies' names or men, whatever your preference. But what I'm saying is whatever relationship you've got, it will always be the same if you're the same.
Yeah.
And if you allow the people that you're with to be the same, there's boundaries in the relationship, there's rules. Unless you change, the relationship that you have with all these different names, it's the same relationship. It's just different people with different faces and different names, but it's the same relationship.
Yeah.
So if I let somebody dominate me or bully me, and that doesn't work, so I bin them or we finish, and then I get another person, and then they do the same, different name, different age, different hair colour, different town, same relationship though, because I'm allowing them to do the same. Now, I'm not saying that's the story for you, but I'm giving you an example that it's different people, different towns, different names, different body types, same relationship. This is actually saying back here that you've got to sacrifice the past, that the new beginnings come by using your intuition that you got in your building and all that more, blowing your own trumpet and getting for yourself the relationship that you deserve. You wouldn't use inferior materials for your building.
No.
But you're accepting inferior relationships because nobody really understands that you're not inferior, that you're as good as you are, that they're seeing you. They're not seeing the 5-star quality that you are as a person, or maybe you haven't allowed them to see the 5-star, or maybe you don't realize that you're 5-star.
Yeah, probably a combination of it all.
Probably all of the above. And this is where the healing's needed. This is where the healing's needed. And healing is just a case of creating balance. So I would get yourself in a position where by June, because it's all happening in June, it's coming up with 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, right the way through the reading, that by June, you're going to be in a position both in your career, your business, and for new relationships to start again by expressing yourself in a different way, by valuing yourself, by also, because you value yourself, that's the way you talk as well. I always say what you mean and mean what you say. But it's having that intuition to do that in a kind way. And I think sometimes when you have a repeat cycle of relationships or anything, that's the expectation, and you tend to actually manifest the expectation. In other words, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy that I'm not very good in relationships. These relationships last for so long, then I mess it up. And guess what happens? That's what happens. So yeah. I think you've got to reinvent yourself. I think you've got to reinvent yourself, Martin, and go into the you've got to sacrifice the old you, and you can do it so you don't go under. It's new beginnings, expressing yourself creatively, heal the past, and go forward. And it's all happening in June. I'm going to pick one more card for you. Right. Okay. This will be interesting because this is a little bit counterintuitive of what I've said, but it is and it isn't, because I've said you've got to embrace the feminine, but embracing the feminine and having humility and having sensitivity isn't weakness, it's strength. And this is actually saying stand your ground. So I don't want to reveal too much in private, but this would suggest to me that quite often somebody can come into the relationship and maybe try to wear the trousers, and that doesn't fit very well with you, because although you've got to be sensitive, you are also the man and want to wear the trousers. And sensitivity is strength. It's not weakness. I'm sensitive. I'm very compassionate and very giving. But if anybody thinks I'm a walkover or a pushover, they've got the wrong idea. My sensitivity, my kindness is my strength. And it's finding that balance for you. It's being kind to yourself first, so that you're treated with respect and you're treated and you're valued. And I think that's been an issue. You've not been valued. Like I said, people haven't realised that you're a gem. I'm not falling in love with you, Martin. I'm just being honest with you. I don't know you. I don't know you at all. But I think there's a lot more to you than meets the eye. And people don't see that. And that's why you've got to blow your trumpet and you've got to stand your ground when people try and make you wrong or put you down. But you do that with kindness, not with arguments, or not with, you don't lose the plot. You know, I don't think you do that. But what I'm saying is that relationships, it's very hard to be a man these days, you know. You'll probably know what I mean. It's very hard to be a man these days. All the role models don't really represent what real men are. And all the ladies' magazines and even the men's magazines don't represent guys like you and me. It's very difficult, actually.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Is there any particular question that you'd like to ask?
No, I don't. You told me quite a lot. That some of it I already kind of know, and it's sort of, hearing the confirmation coming back that you've got to. I know what I've got to change, and I've been working on it for the last, for quite a while, and things are changing, and things are different, and not letting people use you, walk over you, and things like that. And it's it's a long road to change a lifetime of thinking, to go into to move into a new way of thinking, isn't it?
I think you've got very supportive people around you, and I think you need to take your own good advice. And I also think that you've got people around you. You've definitely, I didn't know your story before I started this, and what I've said obviously resonates with you. But the reason why you've heard this and you've admitted that you already know it is because Spirit know it. In the oneness, anybody watching this, including me, will want you now to step up. And because this is out there in the universe now, all you have to do is set an intention and then witness what happens, because June, it's come up twice here, is going to be significant for you. But if you think the same and do the same, when June comes, you're going to get the same. And
I've been very lucky over the last 2 years to have met some, well, probably over the last 5 years, to have met some lovely people.
That's good.
Who have restored my faith in life.
That's excellent.
And I know that there's people there now that if I had a problem with anything, I could go and talk with them.
That's nice to know as well.
The past, I didn't have that. I was everybody else's come and talk to. Yeah. But I never had anybody that I could go and talk to. And now I've got people there that I can go and talk to.
That's really nice to know.
To have them in my life.
That's really nice to know. Tell me, when you're not building, what are your hobbies, Martin? What do you like doing in your own time?
Well, my favourite hobby is paragliding.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so I've been doing that for, and I think that's really where the journey started, because it's sort of, been single for many years, and then sort of met a lot of people in the paragliding world, and it's like when you go out walking, you don't meet horrible people walking on top of a mountain.
No, very true.
You meet happy, genuine people, and we're all out doing what we love. We go away on holiday 2 or 3 times a year, somewhere like the Alps or Spain or.
There you go. And I knew you weren't just a builder. Look, listen to this story. Wow.
And and there's some lovely couples that I've met through that, and it kind of restores your faith in the fact that there are lovely relationships out there. You know, that, like there's one couple, Mark and Shat. They've been together since they were 16. Richie, and they're the same age as me, in their 50s. Richie and Hannah, they've been together for donkeys since they were kids, and you see these relationships and you realise they do exist, and it kind of restores your faith that you don't have to, you don't have to put up with a narcissist in your life to not be alone. So it kind of it opens you up. It makes you more relaxed in a situation, and there is hope. And however long it takes, it happens when it's ready to happen, doesn't it?
That's a really beautiful, exciting sport. It's obviously an extreme sport, and it's got its risk. But I know you have to do. I think I'm right in saying you have to do almost like a pilot's license for one of those.
It is.
Is it P1? You have to do P1.
It's a CP. It's called. So you've got club pilot, and then I've gone on and done my pilot's license, so I can go cross country now as well.
Oh wow, well done you. So these are not microlights. These are just gliding.
Just gliding. No noise up there. You fly with when the birds don't like noise. So when you're flying up there, I've flown with Egyptian vultures in Spain, buzzards, red kites here, and even an eagle in the Alps. And
my God, I'm so envious. I mean, this is the story you wanted to hear. This is the real you. This is you.
You fly, and they're 10 foot away from you, and they actually make eye contact with you. And
beautiful.
When you're at 5,000 foot above sea level and a bird is flying next to you and makes eye contact with you, there's a spirituality in that.
Oh my goodness! Yes. Well, I've never had that experience, but just hearing it from you, that must be amazing. I think I've had about 2 motorbikes that I've had an eagle airbrushed on the tank. I've got an eagle tattoo. I just love the idea of eagles, the strength, the power, the beauty, and the high flyers.
Yeah, and you can fly. You can fly alongside them, with them. And out my door 10 minutes, and I'm up in the air, and live in a beautiful. If you're from the area, Mulvammy.
I do.
10 minutes, and if you have a look behind me, that picture on the wall.
Oh, is that you?
That's me flying above Mulvammy. Yeah.
My goodness me! Well done. You're going to find your soulmate. There's absolutely no doubt about it. You're a good prize, and you're going to find your soulmate. Tell us what your name of your business is as well, Martin.
M.A. Dyer Construction.
M.A. Dyer Construction.
Yeah,
listen, we'll talk off cam, but I wish you all the very best with everything. Watch out for June, and if we might do some cards later as well. But I'm always here for you, and thank you so much for actually being a member of MrGTV. And I think I'm coming back to. I won't go into this now, but me and my son go power kiting, but we don't go in the air. We got flexi foil traction kites, power kites. My son's actually got a buggy, a kite buggy for the beach.
For going on the beach, yeah.
Oh, we love it. We love the kite. And there was a good kite shop in Llandudno Junction.
It's great. It's harnessing the power of the wind to make you do something that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise, isn't it?
You've actually put it better than me. Well done. That's superb. Thank you so much, Martin. It's been a pleasure. And I don't think you'll be single for long. You're too good a guy. We'll speak in a minute. I'm going to turn the cam off, but thank you ever so much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
God bless you. Hang on, here we go.